Hello everybody, welcome to LilyLuLou. If you're new here, my name's Karen, I'm the Junk Journal Geek, and if you're a returning visitor, a very warm welcome back to you. So I'm carrying on working on this accordion journal. I've joined in with the accordion collaboration that was started by Amy at Crafty Cat USA. Carol Laws is also taking part, and another couple of ladies whose names escape me at the moment, I'm sorry. Yes, so I decided to have a go, and there's been a few videos up so far on this, but I'm carrying on. So I've made this little coin envelope out of packaging paper. All I did was I tore a piece of packaging paper, folded it over and glued that down, and then cut a little flap for the bottom and a flap for the top. And I'd quite like to put this Christmas tree on here. My thoughts are it's going to go somewhere in here. Where was I putting it? I've lost the page I was working on. Was it this page? Might have been this page. I thought it wasn't that page, but maybe it was. Okay, well, we'll go with that page anyway. Where's it gone? There. So I thought I could stick that down, and we've got a pocket there. But I thought if I popped this tree on, but only glued it sort of from here down, the top of the tree would hold the flap closed like that. And then I thought I want some presents under the tree. And that's when I decided I would turn the video on. So I've got all sorts of kits I'm using here. They are all kits that I've used in previous years, and I've got all the leftovers shoved in a box, and I got the box out and thought I would use the leftovers to make some of these accordion journals. So I'm not going to be able to tell you where a lot of this stuff is from, I'm afraid. So sorry about that. So I thought I'd pop these were on a page of something somewhere. This page. So I cut them off, and I've cut them out. And now I'm just deciding whether to just cut that bit off, or whether I should cut round the presents and sort of shuffle them in a bit so they're a bit closer together so they fit on the page. And I'm just deciding if I'm clever enough to do that or not. So shall we have a try? What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is I start again with something else. So if I cut this one out, I'm sorry, I know this is not very exciting to watch, me cutting things out, but hopefully this will make more sense. That's not going to work because of that bit. So let's cut the one. Probably end up cutting all these out individually and then stacking them back together again. So this is what I'm thinking, something like that. What do we think? I think that will work if we place them carefully when we put them down. So I'm going to stick this tree down first, and then I'll play with the presents, I think. So we have to have enough tree free at the top to tuck our flap under. So where's my glue? There's my glue. So how are you all? I haven't asked you, have I? How rude of me. I hope you're all doing well. Are you doing Christmassy projects, or are you still on autumn or Halloween, or what are you doing? This is quite early for me to be playing with the Christmas stuff, but I just felt like doing it. And when I saw Carol's Christmassy accordion journal, I decided to have a go. So let's see if that's going to work. That's going to take some sticking, I feel, because it's printed onto heavyweight paper. It's either thin card or heavyweight paper. I'm not sure which, because I printed this out years ago. So let's see if this is going to work. Yes, that bit's all right. So now I'm going to leave that open while the glue dries. I'm going to ink around these presents, and then we'll sort out which way we're going to have them. Funny what we do for journals, isn't it? To make them look right. Cutting out bits of paper and then sticking them all back together again. That's why they take so long, isn't it? So we fiddle about with all these things to make them look how we want them to look in our minds. Right, if I have that one up there a bit, that one down there a bit, and then that one can hide the others. I think that looks all right. I know the presents are probably a bit out of scale with the tree, but artistic license and all that. Yeah, I think that will work. So I think I'm going to use the art glitter with this, because they're going onto that tree, which I say is the heavyweight paper and the packaging paper that doesn't always like glue stick. So let's try and, I would normally use glue stick when I'm sliding things in place, but I've got some glue there where we don't want it. So that's our back pile. So then we'll do this one next. Oopsie. I want this one quite far down, I think. And there. And then this one on top. Might need a little bit more glue in there. Oh, living dangerously, gluing on my mats. Naughty, naughty, Karen. There we go. So this was originally like a long pile of presents that way. I cut some off the edges, and then you've seen what I did with what I had left. Popped that on there. So I think that looks quite nice. Now, the reason I'm hesitating about putting this on here is because I also had this. Let me pop my pin back in before I do anything else. And I vaguely remember thinking to myself, that looks like a little gingerbread house in a poinsettia forest. And I was going to stick that down as a tuck spot. So I don't think I would have wanted to put that on there. So I'm just trying to remember where I was going to put this. I could put it on that page. I could pop it on here. And then that's quite nice because we've got like the little stamp sticking out on the background there. I could tuck it in somewhere. Like that. That might work. And then it would be a floating piece. I didn't want it on there. I know that. I don't want it in there. It could go in there. Didn't mean to be auditioning. Well, I quite like it on there actually. But that's a good journaling space, isn't it? It could go in there, it could go in there. No, I don't like it in there. I quite like it on there because there's that little hint of blue in the background and we've got blue presents there. This is going to have to go underneath something heavy anyway. I wonder if I was thinking of it there. Right, let me pop this under my mat anyway for the time being because it needs to be flattened a bit. It's a bit lumpy bumpy. And then I'm pretty sure I was going to have this on here. My idea was, this is, as I say, a little gingerbread house that we've just come across in the forest, a forest of poinsettias. And I wanted this, I think, here, but I think I want to tear it, if I can. And then what I was doing when I decided to turn the camera on, that was going to go on with the presents, I forgot. We'll look at that in a minute. I wanted to find something that looked like Santa was coming out, you know, down the chimney. But I haven't been able to find a suitable Santa. So, excuse me. that rose caught my eye. I thought that was a Santa's beard. Yeah, I haven't found a Santa. So now I'm thinking, should I use a gnome? Should I look for something else to print out, which I really don't want to do because I've got so many bits of paper here that are Christmassy. I really want to use them up. I think this bundle is all autumnal. I'm just having a rummage here. Sorry. Yeah, that's all autumn. So let's pop that. We'll file that over there. Let me see. Oh, maybe I've got a Christmas card with a Santa on. Let's have a look. I might have something in here. Oh, I've got more papers. More papers. Maybe there'll be something here. Hoo-hum. Got a pussycat with a Santa hat on. We have a snowman. I've got quite a lot of snowmen in amongst all my stuff. I can't believe how many Christmas papers I've got. And I can't believe out of all of those Christmas papers, I don't have the sort of Santa-y thing that I've got in mind that I want. Typical, isn't it? I will be making a proper, well, I was intending to make a proper Christmas journal, but this morning I had a brainwave. I was lighting a candle with, there's a Santa, going through Christmas cards now. I was lighting a candle and you know, there's one of those big matchboxes and it's nearly empty. And I had an idea that I would like to make a journal in a matchbox. Now I'm waiting for, maybe I could make that into a journal card. I want to do a Christmas journal as my design team project for Sunny Creates. So I'm waiting for her new Christmas kit to come out. And as I say, I was intending to make a, you know, a normal size journal with that. But then this morning I can hear jingle bells. Oh, I've got jingle bells. I do love jingle bells. Sorry. Yes. Oh, now. No, I don't want to take that apart. So I was thinking I might attempt to make a little journal that fits inside a matchbox and then decorate the matchbox for it to live in. So I think that's what my Christmas journal is going to be. I've got Christmas papers here muddled up with card making things from my card making days. Lots of Santas here. Sorry if this is boring. Got some little gnomes there that obviously I used last year. I've got some more of the little elves. That's not what I want though. Oh, there's loads of bits and pieces here. I'll take these out and leave the card making stuff in there, I think. Right, surely out of all of that I can find something. Oops, sorry about the big bang. I just dropped the box. Right, surely out of all of this I can find something. So I could use one of these. I want him peeking out the chimney. Not that. We could use a Santa head, but then that's a bit weird, isn't it? Just having a head. He's too big. He might make a journal card. I think he might be too big as well, though. He's too big. So it's going to be one of these. Right, so now I need to decide, do I want an actual little tag, or do I want him to keep his shape? Have I got any tag bases? Oh, I'll tell you what, I do have tag bases. I got these the other day in the works. I went to get my daughter a book for her birthday. So, you know, while I was in there, I had to check out the craft stuff. So, let's see. There's two different sizes. We'll see which one's going to work best. Yes, two different sizes. So, if this was stuck down sort of there and there, that might be a bit big. That one might be a bit small. Of course it's going to be too big or too small, isn't it? So I can either be very careful with my gluing and have that poking out the side, or I could just maybe just glue. I'm not sure about leaving this point on this house, even though this has been backed. I think it's going to be too flimsy. So I do think I can only, sorry, I can't speak today for some reason. Right, I'm going to go with the little tag. So let's see who fits on the little tag. Who knew that it would be so difficult to put together an idea that you have in mind? I'm not sure he's actually going to fit on there. So I'm going to have to cut him out very carefully. Because I don't want to lose any of his bits, but I don't want any of the excess because it's going to be a tight fit. So if this doesn't work, then I'm either going to have to make the big tag work, or I'm going to have to come up with a different idea. I can trim some of his beard off. Nobody would ever know, would they? He's a smart little gnome. Just come back from the barber's. Had a nice tidy moustache trim. I'm concentrating. That's why I've gone quiet. I've just got my next pack of Christmas ornaments to make. I've signed up for a sort of an advent with Mandy Shaw, and each month I'd get a little pack of ornaments to make for the Christmas tree. I think they're all felt based. I've had 2 so far and they were both felt. The third one's just arrived today. I haven't actually opened it yet to see what it is. And I'm ashamed to say I haven't even started either of the other 2 yet. So that's not good, is it? I'm behind already. I did fear that might happen because I knew it was coming up to a busy time for me. And I mean, they're felt ornaments. If I don't get around to them until next year, they're not gonna. Nothing's gonna happen to them. And I mean, I'm not beating my record. I've got bunting that I started making probably 10 years ago. That's still not finished. So, you know. Right. Okay, so will he fit on here? No. No, no, no. So, of course, I could just make myself another tag, couldn't I? After sitting making you watch me do that, let's make a tag the size we want, Karen. So we want it about half the width of this house, don't we? And this house is about 3 inches. So if we make a tag about 1.5 inches wide, let's get a knife. A pen will do. Right. I always panic when I'm, not panic, when I'm filming, I always feel like, surely that's not right. That doesn't look straight. Let's check here. Oh, maybe it is. I always think when I'm filming, it should be sort of more action. But when I'm watching YouTube videos, I like the slowness of watching people craft. You know, people speed up when they're inking and all that. I don't like that. I like to see the whole process. I'm really not convinced that that is straight. It's definitely not straight, is it? So I'm hoping that being as that's what I like, it's all right that I'm, you know, faffing and taking my time and doing things my way. Right, let's try and get this straight. And this is a really slow video today. Oh, I've rooted through boxes, faffed about fussy cutting and then discarded it. And now I'm faffing with the cutting. Right. This craft knife, I can't feel as well as I can with my other craft knife when I've gone through. It's still not, it's very flimsy as well. I thought I must have made the other ones out of I'm really not doing well here, am I? I need to measure this, don't I? He's just over 1.5. Goodness gracious me. Right. Right, sorry about that. I had to turn the camera off because I was beginning to annoy myself. So I went away, I've dug out some craft card, and I've cut some bases for tags. These are 1 3/4 inches by 5, and I'm thinking, I worked out that that would be the right size for what I want to do, so I just need to double check this now. So if that was stuck down there, that should poke out. See, it's sort of like a chimney at the side, and Father Christmas is going to be on there poking out. Right, so let's get on with it now, Karen. Let's make these into tag shapes. So I'm just going to cut the corners off. Where's my snips? Sometimes you just have to stop what you're doing, step back, shake yourself off and start again, don't you? Let's do this side. I just felt like I was going round and round in circles. I don't know how much of that the first section you're going to see, because as I say, I was annoying myself. I might edit some of that out. Just chop it off and pretend it never happened. Right, so there's my funny tag shape. Put these bits out of the way. And I am going to want a hole this size, so I'll pop that in there. I've no idea if that's in the middle or not, but that's where it is. That tag does look a funny shape, but we won't worry about it. Right, let's pop this in while we've got the munchie tool out. Please go in. I definitely used the right one, so come on, stop messing about. I feel like I'm having one of those days today. And squeeze. Right, let's put that away. So now the question is, do I want something else on this tag? I feel like it should be decorated, but because I want it to sort of be like a chimney, maybe not. Maybe I should just pop him on there. First of all, everything needs some ink, so let's do that. Do you ever have moments like that where you just think, no, just stop, walk away, go and sort your life out and come back? That's what I feel has just happened to me. Yeah, I feel like he should have some music paper or something. And now I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should have backed this with something before I put my doobry in. But actually, it's fine to write on, so it can stay like that. Now, what did I just think I was going to do? I just had an idea. I know, corners. I think I will round the corners so that that goes in and out a bit more easily. Oh, where's my corner rounder? Honestly. Well, that's not happening. Corner rounder's disappeared. You'd think I was in, you know, like some sort of massive room here, wouldn't you? How can I lose a corner rounder? It's huge. I mean, it's not huge, but it's not tiny, is it? It's a punch. Yeah, I just feel like because that's going in that house, it's going to catch less if I do that. Now, I've just seen this strip of something. That's actually upside down, isn't it? Do I want that across the bottom, or shall I have some of that up the side? Maybe up this side. Not that bit, because it's been used for something else. Just for a little extra something. Do I want that or not? I want him near the top. I don't know. I don't know. I might just put the music for him to stand on, and then we'll have something else. Actually, I'm going to cut that rather than tear it, because I can't tear the other edges, and obviously I can't cut in a straight line, as we all know. Right, let's get that on, and then we'll put something, some sort of wordage on at the bottom, I think, so he can stand on there. And then we will have, what will we have? I want that to say, we wish you a Merry Christmas, so that it sort of goes with the music. There are lots of other words here, aren't there? That's just too big. What else is here? remember what that Merry Christmas was. Oh, that was what I was looking for, the presents, wasn't it? And it didn't go on. Oh, it'd be good if we had a ho ho ho, wouldn't it? Do we have a ho ho ho? We don't have a ho ho ho. I started playing with some words the other day that I was going to put together. Did I have a ho ho ho? I've started playing with some what might be digis. We've got a believe here. Yeah, so obviously they won't be this big. They'll be more like this, but I'm still playing around with it and working on it, so stick that there. I'm running out of space now. Right, now this is a wiggly one. A wiggly box. So it's a little bit tricky to cut out because it's not, you know, it's not just a straightforward rectangular box. Because why would I make things easy for myself when I can make them tricky? That wasn't the thought behind it. The thought behind it was to make it look a bit more visually interesting. Right, let's pop some ink on that just to hide my appalling scissor skills. Now, would that look all right on there? I don't think we need the music now. I think we'll have the, he can stand on the believe, I think. But I still feel like it needs something in the background. Where were those stamps? Oh look, I've got a ho 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 stamp. I'm just thinking, I've got a reindeer and a sleigh here. If I could do a partial. Oh, you can see I haven't used these. These were a freebie with a magazine. Can't tell you what or where or how or when. Let's see what these look like, and we can perhaps decide where they need to go. Let's just use the back of this. Right, well the reindeer look like reindeer. Not sure the sleigh really looks like a sleigh, but it has got sort of magical stars, you know, magic dust around it. So maybe we will trying to get it without the hind part of the reindeer, because it's going to look a bit odd with just a reindeer's back leg, isn't it? So let's the reason I'm not liking this, and I know why it is because everything's in a straight line. Doesn't look great, but you know, we're building things one on top of the other. But I'm going to be here all day fiddling about. We just need to go for it, Karen, don't we? Right, I need to do a little bit more of a snip here. Here. And let's put some more ink on. So, are you still with me? Oh, what was that advert? Are you with us? No, we're with the Woolwich. Do you remember that? Showing my age now. Right, so if that goes there and he goes on there, I think that will do it. Now, do we work with, am I on even on the right side? Yeah, I am on the right side. Let's go with, just need to space this to see it. Don't want to have to cut his hat off after all that. Oh my goodness. Who knew a tag could be so tricky? Right, I hope he's okay on there. Looks all right. Now, I went out, the reason I went and looked in the works the other day was I wanted to get some more baker's twine, and I was convinced they would have it in there, and they didn't. So I have run out of the red and white baker's twine that I was using on my tags. Somewhere here I did have a roll of twine to use instead, and now that's disappeared as well. I can't believe all these things have disappeared off my desk. What does Carol say? It's the desk pixies playing about. Right, where's that stamp? Let's pop that back on there before we lose it. Yeah, so now my twine's gone missing, so we'll worry about the twine later. We won't do that now. Look, I like this glad tidings that's just fallen. I might pop that on there, you know. If it's jumped out and sitting there, it's asking to be popped onto my house. Right, so let's stick down the house now, which is going to be my tuck spot. And we're going to pop it down near the bottom. And I'm going to hope that that will do the trick. Let's pop my pin back in. Oh, I didn't put my glad tidings on, did I? Where was I going to put that? Should we have it above the door? Or should we have it up here? Or was that going to be, was I going to put the Merry Christmas? I can't remember now what I was doing where. I think I said I wanted the Merry Christmas in the background with torn edges, didn't I? So we can see what that looks like. And this is easier said than done because I have printed these onto card whenever I printed them. I still haven't put the pin in the glue, which is what I was supposed to be doing. I'm getting very easily distracted today. I think I'll finish this one and then I'm going to go make myself a nice cup of tea and leave you there today because I feel like you've suffered enough. So some of these pieces will be from Sunny Creates, as I said, from the previous year's design team project. Some will be from Val's Crafts Creations, as I was on her design team as well up until this year, and she's decided not to continue with a design team. Yeah, I do want that on there, add something. Some pieces are from what was the Digital Collage Club. It's now called Making and Creating. So some will be from there. I think some of the things in this pile are from Antique Papery, I believe. And if there's anything from anyone else that I haven't mentioned, I apologise. But I say some of these things are years and years and years old. I've been making junk journals now for, I think it's nearly 10 years. So, and then there will be card making bits and pieces as well that go back probably 20 years. So, right, so that's our tuck spot. This is going to have to be weighted down as well. Obviously that needs something on there to finish that off, but I won't make you wait while I search my desk for my string. So that's like Santa going down the chimney or coming out the chimney when he's done. So I quite like that. Not too happy with this tag, but it was definitely a work of love. So that goes in there. And then, did we decide where the other one was going to go? I think it was, we decided on there, didn't we, our Christmas tree? I wonder if it's dry yet. Hello, where have you gone? Were you under 2? Yes, you were under 2. So I think our Christmas tree will go on there. Obviously, I will need to make a journal card to go in this coin envelope, but I won't put you through that ordeal. And I may also stick this on 3 sides so that we can have a tag behind it as well, and we'll have one of our little elves behind there. So I think this still needs to be weighted down before I stick it in, but that's what we've done today. Done the coin envelope, the Christmas tree and the bundle of presents, and we've got Santa coming out of the chimney of the gingerbread house in the poinsettia forest. So I do hope it wasn't too painful to watch. Thank you for bearing with me if you're still here. I'll be back again hopefully in another couple of days with probably another instalment of this, because we still have a few pages to do, don't we? But in the meantime, take care, look after yourselves, and enjoy your own crafty time. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.